There are two ways that you can use data validation or drop-down lists in Google Sheets. The first is to create your own list. Now, maybe you highlight this entire row like this, but I'm just going to highlight these right here just for right now. And I'm going to right click and I'm going to go down to view more cell actions and I'm going to go to data validation. And here I'm going to add a rule and I'm going to have a drop-down. Now, my first option can be formative. And my second option, summative. And notice it's going just between B4 and F4. So when I hit done there, it's only going to apply to those. If I hit that entire row, it would say that that's the entire row or give you a whole range of cells for the entire row. But now I can click here and I can look at formative and I can look at summative. Now, the other thing I like to keep track of is the standards. So I could do the same thing up here and I'll just again highlight these four. I've already got this up here so I can add a rule. But again, if I didn't have this already up on the right side of the screen here, what I would do is I would just right click, go down to data validation. So maybe I call this add, subtract decimals, multiply, divide, decimals. And I can keep on adding more and more options on here. And then I hit done and I've got these options right there where I can select them just like before. The other option, I can click on this, I'm going to edit it. And maybe I don't want to do the drop down list from these things here. Maybe I've got all my standards listed somewhere else. So I can do a drop down from a range. Now this range can be anywhere in your spreadsheet. I have mine on sheet 2. So I'm going to click on this. So it's going to say select data range. And I'm going to go to sheet 2. And I'm going to highlight these standards right here. And it's going to say sheet 2, A1 to A7, okay. And those are all my standards that I have right there. So now when I click done and I go back to my sheet 1, I'm going to see that I can choose from each of those different standards. And another cool thing is you can always color code those two. So if you want one to be red, you want one to be green, then you hit done, and when you drop those down, they'll be color coded as well. So that's a nice thing if you want to color code your standards. Color coding, I think, is a huge benefit for setting up a gradebook.